Imagine you went to sleep, but had a bot that automatically buys hyped AI launches you $1.2 million on a trade. In this video, I'm going to walk you through what an AFK bot is, how to find alpha on these hype AI launches, and how to set your bot up for success. New gen wealth is found on AI plays daily, but can be overwhelmed. Flipping profits on X or LeBron on chain has a huge bankroll, so he was able to spend over $100,000 on a bribe to Snipe TK. How do you even know that it's a project worth trying to get into? It was the same with Kawhi yesterday. It took over crypto Twitter people hunting for the launch and trying to find the right CA. There are over 1,000 fake CAs and over $7 million burned. Joining private alpha groups certainly help you see the chatter of what launches to look out for, or you can invest in a $50 a month Twitter tracker. For hyped AI launches, I think the best place to start is this website. GoatIndex.ai has information on all Solana hackathon participants. Solo was listed on GoatIndex. You could have seen that they have a pretty strong following on X, so the social landscape lets you know that there will probably be people interested in whatever project they're launching. And on the website, you can see it easily gives you access to their X account, their website, their GitHub if they've listed it, and for the cases in which they've already listed a token, they would have the deck screener to give you the official token launch. For me, to the no token yet filter, apply it and sort by the followers to see which projects are pending launch people might be super interested. Here you can investigate their project is all about on their website or on their GitHub as well as website to get a better idea of the project they're getting ready to launch is all about, and determine whether or not this is something people would likely FOMO into if they saw official launch of this on Pump Fund or Radium, wherever else. This is what we're going to use to set up our AFK. Trenching is a grind, and a lot of people spend 10 to 16 hours locked in at their monitors, waiting for a CA to drop or looking for the correct project to invest into. That's not realistic for everyone's situation, nor is it the most efficient. That's why an AFK bot will do all the heavy lifting for you, buy tokens automatically based on the parameters used, and essentially you get to reap the rewards without extra work. Bloom is the go-to AFK bot on Solana that's free right now, and it's super easy to use. With Bloom, you can set up criteria for buying tokens automatically, such as dev history, to be able to buy tokens that are launched by devs that have launched previously successful projects. You could do it by Twitter or X account to snipe the CAs and account posts, or you can do it by keywords to be able to buy anything that has a certain word if you try to set up generic keywords for AI, which is why we're going to use X information that we got from GoatIndex to set up our AFK bot. So here on Bloom, you're going to hit start. If you have not previously set up Bloom before, when you hit start, it's going to give you a wallet address and private key. Please be sure to take the private keys listed in the message. You're going to go over to your hot wallet, whether that's Phantom Backpack, click the plus icon to add wallet, and then import private key into your hot wallet, because this enables you to access your wallet even if something happens with your Telegram or if the bot on Telegram goes down. This gives you a means to access all trades that the bot might be firing, even though you can't access the bot itself. So it is definitely essential to make sure that anytime you set up a new bot, export your private keys into your hot wallet to manage your trades. Anyway, that is how you import it into your hot wallet. Now we're going to get into how to actually set up the AFK. So after I've started my Bloom bot, I'm going to hit /AFK into the chat, click add new config to create a new AFK task. Click into that. What I'm going to set this up for is I'm going to go ahead and set it up for this DEGA or DEGA launch, hopefully. So I'm going to alter the config name. I'm going to change it DEGA. I'm going to set my bot processor to US. I'm going to enable this multi-region. What multi-region does is the transaction to all three bots simultaneously. So long as you have MedProtect on, you will get all your fees back for sending 3 transactions at a time. Multi-region gives you the best chance at landing a snipe. And so in this case, we're going to make sure that we have MedProtect on because it's going to be a hype launch and there is a high likelihood that people are going to deploy med bots on them. If you have a smaller portfolio, you may want to not do multi-region because you are going to need to make sure that you have enough inside of the wallet to cover 3 transactions. Only one is going to land, and those that have failed are going to be refunded back to you, but you still need to have enough money in the wallet to be able to use multi-region. And if you have a super small portfolio and you're just really experimenting with this, You can keep multi-region off, but the general best practice in utilizing the AFK bot is going to make sure that you do have multi-region on. We're going to have Twitter enabled. This is the AFK action that we're trying to take. Since I'm trying to scrape X account of this project for the project's contract address, you click there to set your buy amount. So in this case, I put 3. Your fee is priority fee. When running Mev, the most important thing is tip, because tip is what goes to Jito to actually prioritize your fee. But having a fee and a tip is the general best practice. Usually when trading on Bloom, I'm able to get away with a fee of 0.001 and a tip of 0.005 for Mev trades, and I'm still pretty successful. But in this case, since these are very popular launches, we need to shell out a little bit more to help prioritize our transactions. Since obviously there's a lot of people that are trying to get in. As you might recall, like I was showing with what Profit had did on their Solana Snipe, they entered a fee of over $100,000 to ensure their Snipe landed first, to essentially ensure that they get best entry possible. This is not feasible for most people, but just the bare minimum fees of 0.001 or 0.005 is not going to get you the priority that you need to get great entries on some of these plays. So if you're going to use this, please ensure that you're using some fees that are somewhat worthwhile. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and set up this 3 sol buy. The fee itself, I'm going to put at 0.0525. And then for the tip, because the tip is what matters the most, since this is going to be a Mev transaction, I'm going to put 1.1 for the buy tip. Make sure that you have Protect enabled. And now for slippage is also going to need to be quite a bit higher because this is a volatile trade. Okay, with going up to 90%. You can put it to whatever you like. If you're testing this out, 1,000 slippage to make sure that you can get in. If you have low fees or you're just trying to ensure that you get an entry to see how it works out, since it's a popular trade, you're going to need to have decent slippage or it's going to fail. We've got this set to Twitter. I've got my buy set, my priority fee set, increased my slippage, turned Protect on, gave a healthy tip to ensure Jito prioritizes this transaction. Now I click the bird icon to insert the X account. I'm going to go index, hover over the X icon. It'll launch our X account, copy account name without the sign. Now we see it input the account name in the Twitter area. Perfect. Contract on, because that's what we're scraping for. We're going to have pre-bonding pump fund on, as well as after bonding turned on. And then in the end, you wanted to set market cap limits. So in certain cases, if you're someone who does not want to get in after it's migrated, really, you could obviously turn off the after bonding. But if you're also someone that doesn't want to get in, if let's say the earliest entry is going to be at 1 million market cap, you can set the max market cap if they're late to posting the CA on their X account and the market cap is already over 1 million. If you have max market cap on, this isn't going to fire, so you're not actually going to get it if you don't want it to buy past a certain. Since this is AFK, I suggest putting in a limit order to take your initials out. Since you have significant fees, the initial buy through, I'm going to set the initial TP to take the initials out at 300%. Then I'm going to set sell amount to 50. When doing your TPs, or stop losses, ensure to modify the bundle tip back down to something that's reasonable. Otherwise, this is the amount that's going to fire for every one of your take profits. So I know a lot of people set up at 200%, 500%, 1,000%, etc. So if you set 4 take profits and don't change this bundle tip, the automatic take profit is going to sell with this fee 4 times. So you're going to burn an additional 1.1 sol every single time you sell, which is important to change this to your typical amount so you're not burning through your profits by giving a tip you don't need to give. The other thing to be mindful of is slippage. If you only have 1 TP, make sure your slippage is set high, because in the event that moment that you try to sell drops down pretty low, price wise, if you're asleep or this is running in the background, whatever the case may be, you might have been able to take profits at 300%. If I put my take profit slippage 50%, I can ensure I get my initial 250%. If I have a conservative slippage set like 7%, that would mean that I can only have it drop down to 293%. And so it's likely that the sell order is going to fail, and then you might wake up and realize that it didn't sell at all. So increase slippage on your initial take profit. The other thing that you want to be wary of is setting automatic stop losses on snipes. As mentioned, MEVs are going to be deployed on these hype launches. If a MEV is deployed on a hype launch, it's very likely that you'll see aggressive price dumps. You might consider it an all or nothing play, because setting a stop loss puts you at risk when the price is volatile. Bots are selling off 100 SOL at a time. The price is going to dip dramatically, like for a second, but then it'll go back up as people buy the dips. If a stop loss set, especially at 30% or something, you're likely to hit that stop loss on price volatility. You would actually getting exited out of your trade, even though the price only went down for us. So be mindful if you decide to put a stop loss in. Personally, I would not operate with a stop loss. The last step is to hit active to turn it on. Now that your configuration is active, hit duplicate config to create a new task, and go back to index and find another project to follow. So another one hyped is Flame, might be another one that I create another Twitter path for. That is essentially how you set up a blue. Be mindful, best practice is to have multi-region on, and make sure that you have Mem Protect on so that you get your fees back. Use a higher limit to ensure your transaction is prioritized. You're going to want to make sure that if you have multi-region on, you have enough inside of your wallet to cover all 3 transactions. It's generally advisable to keep your AFK trades set to a separate wallet than what you normally trade with on the day-to-day, that you don't ever have to worry about your wallet balance not being high enough. And if you set limit orders, ensure that your slippage is high enough so that your initial TPs are still able to be hit. And then if you decide to set a stop loss, know that there is a risk that with price volatility, you could end up getting exited out of your trade, even though the price is still going. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button for me, subscribe for more tips on trading meme coins, and if any questions about fees or how to run the bot in the comments. Thank you for watching.